As well as gentlemen, Papa Boris here, going out of his comfort zone. I'm playing an aggro Warlock deck. Let me actually just pause here. I mean, look at all of this stuff. We got Wisp, Blood Imp, 2 times 2, Flame Imp times 2, that's 5 cards, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards in this deck that are 1-drops. Another 6, 7, 8 that are 2-drops. I mean, this is one of those cases where the curve is not deceptive. These are not spells or whatever. These are like legit creatures. Still a decent amount of big stuff, mostly because I was just forced into it by the draft. But anyway, it's been fun. I did win the first 2 games, and actually quite comfortably. But I am not drawing very many of my 1-drops. Like, I drew my Blood Imps and, like, the Young Priestess in that game, but I've, like, never seen the Goldshire Footman. I've seen one of the Flame Imps. I've haven't ever seen the Succubus or some of the other 2-drops. It's been very weird. I've been just randomly kind of drawing a lot of my mid game stuff, and the Siphon Soul, which I have one of in this deck, has appeared both times. Interestingly, I don't think I used it in either game. Did I? Did I use Siphon Soul in either game? I don't think I did. I think it just sat in my hand. But it was nice to have as insurance. Ambiance the Paladin, it's a great name. So the Succubus, I'm not that thrilled by, because it like might throw away the Shattered Sun Cleric. Shattered Sun Cleric is such an awesome card when you're an aggro deck. Let's throw the Dark Iron Dwarf back. Keep the Succubus, but I'd really like to play something different. Maybe I'd like to play the Succubus after I play the Shattered Sun Cleric. But you know what, though? I mean, I think if you're playing aggro, you just gotta admit that, like, sometimes you just gotta play the Succubus and, like, fuck it. You throw something good away, you throw something good away. Like, you can't get too attached to this stuff. You just gotta go for it. So, yeah, turn 1, we got our Leper Gnome. This thing's nice. If you hit your opponent with it even once, it already deals 4 damage for 1 mana, which is pretty good. If you hit your opponent with it twice, it's great. Novice Engineer, I'm not that thrilled about that card, because it kills my Leper Gnome for great justice. Let's go ahead and do the Shattered Sun Cleric. We'll kill the Novice Engineer preemptively on the basis of don't let Paladins keep creatures. And next turn I'm going to play the Succubus. I might throw away like a Soulfire, which would be sad, or a Zero Drake, which would be sad. But I mean, whatever. You just gotta play Succubi. When you've got a Succubus, you gotta play the Succubus. It's just how it goes, man. If my opponent plays a Recruit here, I will be thrilled to the dickens because, yeah, that's a really slow start for him. Oh, he's got something else, though, to back it up. What is it, like a... Hand of Protection. I see. See what you did there, buddy. Okay, well, we'll do a bit of a building turn here since I drew Flesh-Eating Ghoul. Let's go ahead and just ignore this thing. It's a bit scary to ignore it. He could put Blessing of Kings on it, I suppose, but 6 damage is a lot of damage when you're an aggro deck. So my opponent has some unpleasant options. Either he kills one of these other creatures, or which lets the Flesh-Eating Ghoul get big, or he kills the Ghoul, but then I keep my other stuff around. Oh, is that a Consecration incoming? I guess so. It's a bit annoying. I guess I could have killed this last turn, but wouldn't have been that great, I don't think. Okay, with 4 mana, I think I'll play a Loot Hoarder. Yeah, we'll just do a Wisp. Do I Soulfire? No, I'm gonna just do a Succubus. See what I throw out. We throw out the Azure Drake. That's probably just as well. I could Soulfire this Silverhand Recruit to preserve my creatures. Is that a crazy play? Am I crazy here? I could also Soulfire him in the face. Or I could just hold on to the Soulfire. I mean, these are all legit options. Alright, I'm not going to Soulfire that Recruit or the face just yet. We'll see what happens. I mean, there's a reasonable number of 5-drops that I'd want to Soulfire. Like, let's say he plays Azure Drake. I mean, definitely the Soulfire on that would be pretty great. Alright, he's got no tricks up his sleeve or anything. He just looks like he's just going to kill off my biggest threat, which is fine. Let's see how much damage I can actually get through. This is currently 7, which is a lot. Oh, that's like one of the worst cards in the game. Great. Some Swarm. Okay, well, the Swarm is... I did just learn from a kind contributor that I've been undervaluing a Swarm, and I guess this maybe makes sense. I don't really care what I put it on. We'll just swing for the face. And I think I am just going to Soulfire this thing. I mean, it's tempting to Soulfire him in the face, but I think that creature dying means one of my, like, my Succubus lives, potentially, with luck, barring Hammer of Wraths. And as a result, I kind of want to preserve it. This is what he just top-decked. He seems very excited about it. No, just a Flesh-Eating Ghoul? Okay, it's fine. And Raging Warrior, whoa, that's the best I could have hoped for. That is 0 disruption right there. And my 8 toughness creatures just live. Now, don't think, oh, Boris, you could have won if you hadn't soul-fired the creature, because if I hadn't soul-fired that, that would have been killing my succubus. Shadow Bolt really is kind of terrible, unfortunately. It only hits minions. I'll be using it to kill, I guess, one of these two, obviously. But let's see what a card I draw in case I can maybe win. Oh, Power of Whelming. I win the game. Yay! Okay. Okay, that was fun. I feel like every time I win a game with an aggro deck, it's just like, well, I got super lucky. Like, I never feel like I'm actually playing well. I just feel like I'm getting lucky. But I think I'm wrong. I mean, enough people... Back when I was on my, like, anti-aggro tear, and I was whining about it nonstop, some people commented on it gently, guiding me into the path of the light, that, you know, it's a real thing and it really works. So maybe if you do it right, it is something that you can win pretty consistently with. I mean, it's weird, because for me, after, like, going infinite in the arena for over 100 runs, it was, like, right around the time when I hit 100 that I stopped going infinite, and for the next 25, just pretty much bled money. So maybe it's time to change and try to learn new ways. Warlock definitely does seem like the best class for aggro, because you can keep drawing cards, so if your opponent gets card advantage against you, it's no big deal. Okay, Raymore the Paladin. This is the third Paladin of this run. I'm not going to pass back the Shattered Sun Cleric. There's a risk, of course, that I'm not going to see more one-drops. I don't know what is up with this deck. Like, a third of it, literally a third of this deck. I'm not even kidding. There's 10 creatures that are one-drops, or less, because if you count the Wisp. Literally a third of this deck is one-drops, so... I really should have seen one. At the moment, I'm praying that one of either my first turn drop or my second turn drop is a 1 or 2 drop. That would be very important for me. I don't really want to life tap on turn 2. You know, 1 turn makes a huge difference in this game. Since I'm not second, I can't coin the Shattered Sun Cleric as I did in my last game. I might just... I mean, if I lose this game, it may be just simply do nothing more than the fact that I wasn't able to get a 2-drop on turn 2. That would be terrible. Granted, with this curve, I can just try to play a normal game. Okay, if this Mad Bomber kills my thing, I'm going to be so pissed. Okay, that's great. So the Shattered Sun Cleric wouldn't help me. This would trade either way. I have to life tap. Oh, now you show up, you twat. Okay. Do I kill this, or do I swing by because I'm an aggro deck? It's a good question. And this could get buffed and have a Divine Shield put on it. You know, just because of the threat of a Divine Shield from a Paladin, I'd kill it. Maybe against another class, I would have left it alone. Okay, well, we start off with... I lost 4 life from Life Tap and the Flame Imp. And then this thing drops. Oh, man, this... God damn it. This is terrible. I could Questing Adventure, make it a 3-3. It's not good enough. I could Shadow Sun Cleric. I could Life Tap and Goldshire Footman. Maybe that's what I'll do. Yeah, we'll do that. Flame Imp. It's even better. So I've done 10 damage to myself, and I don't even have board control, but I think this was important to put down because it trades with this Knife Juggler, and against the Paladin, you really need to get rid of Knife Jugglers. ASAAPP. ASAP, I guess is what that word was that I just said. Okay. It's going to trade for me, which is a reasonable move. The Flame Imp now, unfortunately, will kill this Questing Adventure. I can quest... Goldshire, Wisp, it's still only a 4-4, it still dies to the Flesh and Gold. Motherfucker. Oh no, wait! Well, I have to go for it. I mean, there's a million and one ways the Paladins can get rid of this. I mean, Hammer of Wrath, True Silver Champion, Consecration, basically all the Paladin cards, but it has a chance in hell of protecting my Questing Adventurer until such a time as I can grow it in size. I have to go for it here. No! Jesus. Well, that sucked. So, you wouldn't even know I'm playing aggro, but here's the problem. It might look like I have these mid-game cards and like I might be fine, but the thing is I'm not fine at all in the slightest, because I've got this deck full of 1-drops that I'm going to be top-decking as we get into an endgame slugfest. So while he's dropping Boulder Fist Ogres and Justices, I am like dropping nothing but trash garbage, monkey nuts. Well, I'm going to just do the Dark Iron Dwarf, even though the Shattered Sun Cleric would do the job just as well, just in the name of using up all my mana. And I'll play a Young Priestess. Actually, it's interesting. Maybe that was a smart move I made by accident, because now this, with the Young Priestess's health, survives True Silver Champion. Okay, so we have all of our, like, endgame cards here, and then, like, literally half of the cards right now are 1-drops, pretty much. We got, like, Blood Imps in here, a Leper Gnome, Voodoo Doctor. It's just awful. It's just awful. Okay, well, let's see what happens. He's gonna Humility this? I don't know what else he'd be pointing at it, unless it's a Hammer of Wrath. I guess I get Hammer of Wrath and True Silver Champion to kill this. That's a reasonable decision. No, it's a beast. I would have actually rather seen a Hammer of Wrath. This is a pain in the ass, because even if I Shattered Sun Cleric, Still can't kill this thing. So this guy is basically going to be a recruit sweeper. He's all he... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are you hitting that thing? That would be a terrible mistake. Hitting this would be a horrible mistake. It would open up the possibility of me buffing my young priestess and killing his elder peacekeeper, which I don't think he wants to have happen. He's gonna do it. I mean, you might say that I'm biased because I see the Shattered Sun Cleric in my hand, but I still think it's just on principle. It's a bad move. Well, let's go ahead and do this and this, and I'm gonna totally trade that off. I never did get any silences, so I had no chance of popping that back to sanity. So 5 to 4, soon to be 5, but all my stuff here, 50% of my cards are 1-drop, over 50% of my cards are 1-drops and 2-drops. I have Siphon Soul, which always shows up. I got one of these, and it always shows up, to kill one Sunwalker or whatever miscellaneous big creature he might play. I think that's actually worthy of a Siphon Soul, otherwise it's going to kill my stuff. Yeah, I've got 1 Siphon Soul, and that's all. After that, I'm just playing nothing but trash, garbage, monkey nuts. Okay. Power Overwhelming. I could trade my Mana Wraith into this Chillwind Yeti. That would also let me play the Tiger afterwards. But no, I think we'll hang on to the Power Overwhelming. I mean, I can still use it on another big thing he would play, barring, of course, like Sunwalkers. But if he plays a Sunwalker, he plays a Sunwalker. I'm not going to worry about it. I think it's worth it to keep my power on the board. I guess I would have kept power on the board anyway, because I could have put the Tiger on. I don't know, it just seemed right to keep the creatures I had. This may be useful as a burn spell. I mean, if these things are allowed to attack one more time, he's at 17, then if the Tiger can attack, he's down to 12. Have I used Soulfire here? I don't think I've used Soulfire. I've got a Leper Gnome. I got a few sources of burn. I did pass on a chance for Hellfire, which is sad. Okay. Well, the problem is he's going to be making these recruits every... Ah, damn it! Noble Sacrifice is so good. It hurts. Hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Mogushan Warden. Alright, I'm going to use this Mana Wraith to kill the Noble Sacrifice. Where do I want the Mana Wraith to hit? I guess I want it to hit him in case it's not Noble Sacrifice, but of course it is. So, we'll flush that out. Sure, I'll life tap. Falguard. That's cute. I can't actually play more than one creature, though, so we'll play my... Nope. We're going to play this. This guy's very, very good against these Implings, barring, of course, Blessing of Kings. But I can't really be choosy given how weird my draw was. Falguard is a Senjin that I guess permanently costs 4 mana rather than just temporarily. You lose your 4th mana crystal rather than paying it for that turn. Yeah, let's see if he has an answer for this thing. He would... Gruul, huh? Well, yeah. I definitely wish I'd kept my Siphon Soul. That is a fact. So this is now beyond the reach of Power Overwhelming. I'm coming up short here. Yeah, well, I guess we're gonna have to just go for the face here a whole lot. Let's play the Tiger. Can only play one of these, so I might as well play this one. Is it worth it to play my smaller one just because, like, which taunt I play doesn't make a difference? We'll play this one. I will enjoy watching you die. Okay. Alright, my opponent has a 9/9. I don't have any silence or anything. I don't really have any way that I could reasonably expect to kill it. It's got a monkey, which is very irritating. It's actually profoundly irritating. I don't think I have any outs anymore. He's got way too much health. I mean, assuming I clear the taunt, this Tiger, you know, plus Power Overwhelming is only 9 damage. I'm probably going to come up like 1 turn short of being able to kill my opponent. This is Gruul. I mean, it's just out of control here. It's totally out of control. Got this Taunter, which really doesn't really help because it can get cleared away easily by these imps. Ah, man. Is he going to kill this thing? So, I use these 2 to kill it. I can hit for 9 down to 6. It's just not enough. Oh, this Flesh-Eating Ghoul is getting bigger and bigger. That's smart. Man, this monkey, gotta admit, it's good for him, but any taunt would have been good. It's just the 4 health on this is a problem for me. If I could swing with both of my creatures, you know, then, I could swing for 8 plus 4 is 11 damage. Blood Imp is the wrong buff. I need a damage buff, not a health buff. Let's draw a card. Loot Hoarder is not really what I need at all in the slightest. Kidoke, let's do that. I could use Power Overwhelming on this, and I could kill the Gruul, but I think it's just hopeless. I have to just go for it here and hope my opponent screws up somehow. I'm not even sure how I can really win against this Gruul. He might even be able to kill me this turn. Well, I got 2 taunts. See, the Imp army can kill one of them off. What is that, another Outdoor Peacekeeper? Humility effect? So the Imps can, the 3/1/1s, they can kill this off. The Flesh-Eating Ghoul can kill that off. He's got 11, 12, I'm at 6 health. If he has a Hammer of Wrath or a Silence, then the Flesh-Eating Ghoul will be able to hit me as well. I don't like that he's pointing something at it, although it seems to be something he's not sure about. I mean, if it was Humility, I think he'd be pretty certain he wants to use it on the Tiger. What could I be pointing at this? Maybe he's wondering about a Hammer of Wrath? I don't know. Okay, so he's going to use the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. I think that means he's probably not killing me this turn. If he were killing me, actually, I think he could have killed me. I mean, with the Flesh-Eating Ghoul this big, the 2 of these already have enough damage together to kill me. He's actually going to pause to kill my Tiger. Okay, fair enough. So this actually would win the game if he leaves all these creatures alone. This is 6 plus 4 is 10 damage. Oh my god, is he actually going to leave it alone? Oh my god. Oh my god, please leave it. Don't be disruptive. Don't be a taunt. Don't be removal. Oh my goodness! I'm actually going to win this game. Wow. That's pretty spectacular. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. Whatever. I'm not gonna post this on Reddit, but I see like threads on Reddit like every day like, oh, look at this crazy situation where I won the game. Okay, so let's make sure I don't fuck this up. 6 plus 4 is exactly 10 damage. So another win for the dumb aggro deck. Okay. I think okay, I'm gonna call it here, folks. I am putting this draft, this arena run, into my greatest hits playlist. If you are watching it out of the greatest hits playlist, please know that I decided to put it in here before the draft actually ended, so you do not know that this was a successful run right now. For all you know, and for all I know, it's gonna poop out at 4-3, but I feel like after that game, it deserves to be in the greatest hits. So I beat a Gruul and an 11/1 Flesh-Eating Ghoul with just enough damage to win the turn before I died. Could I have played more precisely that game? Possibly. It's quite possible. I think, however, if I had to guess, my guess would be that it was my opponent who misplayed somewhere along the lines. Because all he needed was to preserve a point of damage somewhere, somehow, and had he done that, he would have won. McGurk! What is that name? Okay, so here's a tricky situation. I'm up against a druid, so this young priestess would just die. This hand seems keepable to me. So we'll just play a Flame Imp on turn 1. And hope that my opponent has a slow start. I mean, you always hope your opponent has a slow start, but especially, I think when you're an aggro deck and your cards are inferior to your opponent's cards, it's especially important. Okay, this is just the worst thing I could possibly hope to see. Like, just the worst. Unbelievably so. I am going to coin out the Young Priestess as well, and the reason for that is that if I don't, then my opponent can pop Divine Shield, Hero Ability, kill off my Flame Imp, still have this 1/1 around to kill my stuff afterwards. I mean, this Argent Squire, I just cannot possibly overstate how much of a tragedy it is that my opponent, first of all, drafted it, and second of all, actually fucking drew it against me. Okay, well, that sucks. So what do I do here? Well, I think what I do is I'm gonna take a moment to kill this thing. Because basically what I want is for my opponent to have to use his hero ability to kill this Loot Hoarder. Now, I have to remember the Druids have Swipe, which is incredibly good against me. This is just not a good matchup at all. This is just bad. And I had a really good draw, but against a Druid, I would say it's not a good matchup. And then against a Druid who plays Argent Squire on turn 1, it's like almost impossible to win. Okay, so this actually does hold up against the Panther. But Shattered Sun Cleric, which I just top decked, is a reasonable consideration to make the Loot Hoarder bigger. preventing it from dying to the hero ability. I guess this does the same thing. We'll do this. We'll play this Felguard. Yeah, I love how he says I will enjoy watching you die, which is very fitting. It's like, you put a shitty card into your deck, I will enjoy watching you lose the game now. Luckily, next turn I can still play Shattered Sun Cleric, so I have a good play the next turn, but of course losing a Mana Crystal on turn 3 will probably haunt me for the entire rest of the game. If nothing else, it might stop me from like life tapping on some turns. Okay, so, what's he got? He's thinking, so it seems like he doesn't have any blockbuster plays. The obvious play, and again, I don't say that dismissively, I just mean obvious as in what I can see without knowing his hand, is to hero ability Panther on the Felguard and then finish off the Panther with the hero, or the Felguard with the hero ability. He's going to swipe that. That's a very smart play. It actually wraths me completely. And now I'm just shy a Mana Crystal, all my stuff's dead. So, fuck my fucking life. Well, let's go ahead and play Goldshire Footman and Voodoo Doctor. This Goldshire Footman is earning his keep. Had I not lost a Mana Crystal, I could also have life tapped this turn. As it is, I can just go fuck a dog. So this is terrible, actually. Now my deck is full of bad cards. I have bad cards in my hand. You've gotta be kidding me! God damn it! How many times do I have to get Kodo'd in my life? Oh my god. Well, we'll do this. Yeah, this game is pretty much over. So, yeah, it's just over. Next turn I life tap and Shadow Bolt the Kodo after it kills off my Footman, probably. So yeah, the Druid, there was nothing I could do. Given that, I mean, I could have drafted differently, but given how I drafted, there was literally no way that I could possibly win this game. Not with a turn 1 under Argent Squire and him holding a swipe. And a Kodo, of course, for, you know, good measure, killing like half of my deck. I guess it was better that he killed like a Voodoo Doctor than like my Warden with that Kodo, but still. Oh, he's gonna have to put a mark of nature on it. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, that's a mistake. That is 100% a mistake. You have to know as a Warlock that, or as a Druid up against a Warlock, that Warlocks have Shadow Bolt. So, doing this, which leaves your creature, and Soulfire, so doing this, which leaves your creature at 4 health, when you could have instead just made it a 3/9, is just clearly inferior. So I'm gonna not have enough mana to play the Shattered Sun Cleric's Alley, so I'll life tap and Shadow Bolt this thing. It's not gonna make a difference. My opponent's probably gonna win anyway, just because we're reaching the end game and Druids have, you know, good cards. Unlike me, I've got this Wind Fury Harpy. It's not likely to go to the distance, however. Not once he drops, you know, whatever he's gonna drop. Wow, okay, that's a pretty terrible card. Whoa, shoot. Well, so for 7 mana, all he could play was a 2-drop. Now, you might get excited, but what that really means is that he has a bunch of removal in his hand. So, I think playing the Wind Fury Harpy would be a bit foolish. It's extremely likely one of these cards is a Starfire. So what I'd rather do instead is just play stuff out. And I think the most that I could possibly play is this, this, and this. Again, the reason I did this rather than the Wind Fury Harpy is because it is almost 100% certain that he has removal in his hand. That 3 of these cards are some kind of buffs or removal. If it's buffs, I can't do anything because I couldn't kill this creature. I had no removal in my hand. But if it's removal, I didn't want to play one creature, have it die, and then have him, like, you know, keep on going. So there's the swipe. And can he finish off everything? Probably. He's got lots of... Yeah. So he was holding on to this, and then now he can trade the Master Swordsmith for my Flame Imp. So he used 2 of the cards that he'd been holding on to. Power Overwhelming. No, I don't think I can play that. Do I kill this thing? This guy's not great against a 4 toughness creature. Sure, we'll play that. And, we'll kill that off. So I do have this combo with the Wind Fury Harpy and the Power Overwhelming for 16 damage. Sadly, my opponent's at 28 health, so I'm really not going to pull it off anytime soon. He has Frost Elemental as well, which is going to kill my Wind Fury Harpy the following turn. The only thing I can kill this that I have is a Siphon Soul. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, well, anyway, given how this game started, again, it's worth reiterating, I just really had no chance in this game. So the fact that we're making it this long is pretty remarkable as it is. We're going to do life tap, yep. Zero Drake, that's interesting. It just dies. So we'll do this and this. Zero Drake would have been good if I was holding on to a Soulfire, then I could have Soulfired this. I guess I could have drawn it and like hoped to have a 1 in 4 chance of getting the Soulfire. Maybe that was like better than my current odds of winning the game. I was actually going to swipe that. Oh my god, he had so much removal. It is outrageous how much removal he had. So he doesn't even have to use the Frost Elemental there. He just gets to kill everything off totally for free. And oh, and both of his creatures survive, just as an added bonus. That's awesome. Soul Forest. Okay, that's awesome. Succubus. Oh, that's cute. I mean, I'm gonna keep playing because technically it's theoretically possible that I could still win this game. Technically. Oh, I'm actually losing now because I took so much damage, right? Okay, well played. Whatever. That sucked. I mean, here's the thing. Logically speaking, you can't really hold it against aggro decks that they lose. They just automatically lose with like no hope whatsoever against a situation like that where you're up against a druid who plays turn 1 Argent Squire. Because you could say the same thing about control decks. You could say, oh, well, you lose against an aggro deck that plays, you know, turn 1, 2, 3, anything, and you have a bad drop. So, like, both styles of decks, you know, auto-lose some games. So you really can't, like, critique one type of deck automatically. It just feels like, I don't know. It feels to me that aggro decks are more fragile to such things, but that could just be my own emotional biases. Andros the Priest. Well, priests are theoretically bad against aggro, but for some reason, despite having 10 motherfucking 1-drops, I can't draw more than like one at a time. Let's see what happens. Nope, not a chance. Oh, I got 1 5-drop in this deck. Let's see one of it in my opening hand and mulligan into the other one. I hate being this reliant on starting hands. That's frustrating. Now, I do have a couple of chances to draw more stuff. Ooh, Wisp. Do I actually play this thing? All my opponent has to do is play like a 2-3, and this is just already terrible.
Greetings.
I go to hell. We'll hold on to the Wisp. I can't imagine that making a difference. And without any buffs or anything in my hand, having the Wisp on the... Would you... Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. What is going on here? Why am I seeing all these turn 1 Argent Squires? Oh my god. And all my 4-drops. I seriously have so much 1-mana creatures. I don't think it's possible to draft anymore. Why am I not drawing them? So the reason I hit this, by the way, is in case he had a buff. He didn't, so it didn't matter. I wouldn't have minded my own buff. I think life tapping would be bad here. It would stop me from playing Loot Hoarder. I could get a 1-drop, and then that would be great, but if I don't get a 1-drop, I'll just feel stupid. Well, let's do this. I think I want to do that no matter what. Dark Iron Dwarf. Well, I'm glad I didn't life tap. Yeah, we'll just play Loot Hoarder. Okay, so once again, I look like I'm having a normal game with a normal deck, but again, deck is chock full of cheap crap. What's nice about this Dark Iron Dwarf with the Loot Hoarder is that there's a decent number of cards you could play that Dark Iron Dwarf would actually buff Loot Hoarder enough that it could kill something and then draw me a card, so I'm like getting card advantage and stuff, but my deck is again full of total garbage, so I don't particularly want to go into the endgame, and the fact that I've dealt no damage to him is bad. Well, he's thought stealing. The odds are against him having gotten anything good. If he does get like my Siphon Soul or something, I'll be pretty annoyed, but the odds are again against it. Is he gonna silence that? Oh no, he's got the coin for one of my 1-drops, it looks like. Ah, I've never seen that card once a single time in this draft. That's awesome. Okay, I think I could life tap and play Fairy Dragon, or I could just play Silver Moon Guardian. We'll do the Silver Moon Guardian. I think that makes a lot of sense here, because now I could play the Dark Iron Dwarf on the Silver Moon Guardian and buff up, and it'll kill a Senjin or a Chillwind Yeti, which is kind of a big deal. Now, Shadow Word Pain, killing this would just make me cry, but, you know, you can't play around everything. I mean, I could have played around Shadow Word Pain, but then I'd be playing into Holy Novas in the future. I mean, it's whatever. It was a wash either way. So anyway, he's got, what is that, 8 cards on the screen to my 6, soon to be 7, but my hero ability is drawing me cards, and since I'm at full health, and I have this Loot Hoarder, I'm not worried about cards. I'm just worried about card quality. Not done really any damage to my opponent. He's a priest and can heal, and I've got a deck full of trash, so it's going to be hard for me to really win this game.
Your magic shall
He's
not...
actually going to silence that. Don't know how I feel about that play, simply because I have a Divine Shield here that will just kill his creature, unless he plans to use the Worgen to pop the Divine Shield, but I mean, then my guy still gets to kill 2 creatures. I don't really agree with that play. I would have just, you know, accepted defeat and done this trade and let me get a card out of it. Like, letting me get a random card off the top of my deck is, I think, probably better for him than letting me just kill this creature for totally free without paying anything. Alright, so he's doing that. Maybe he had no other plays, and that was worth it for that reason, but I don't know, it seems like a skeptical move. Okay, well, I think I'm obviously going to do this. That seems very straightforward. Now, if I do these 2 creatures, they both died a Holy Nova, which is a bit sad. I could do the Dark Iron Dwarf just to make a body here, or I could do the Stranglethorn Tiger. Let's take a moment to put this thing down. I don't need to draw more cards. I got plenty of cards. No particular... Oh, no, wait a minute. Now I do have a reason to play this, right? I'm going to play the Wisp now. So the idea here is if he plays something with 3 toughness at a point in the future, I can Dark Iron Dwarf on this and trade away my useless card for his useful one. Have my creatures trade up, as it were. And he doesn't want a Holy Nova here, obviously, or use removal against this, because it's, you know, a dinky 1/1. That would be kind of silly. The problem is if he has like a bad card in his deck, like in the shooting dwarf or like an elven archer, he gets a free kill out of it. But I'm not gonna play around him having drafted bad cards. If he drafted bad cards, the advantage is that, you know, I will beat him because his cards are bad. Then again, I've drafted tons of bad cards because I'm playing aggro, but whatever. So for some reason, my deck just keeps wanting to give me nothing but my you know, normal mid game creatures. All of my blood imps, flame imps, and everything are just hiding out in this deck somewhere. A Novice Engineer will just die. It's fine by me, I suppose. It's kind of a tricky situation. I could, of course, trade my Wisp for it on the Dark Iron Dwarf. That seems awfully lame. Oh, Shadow Word Pain. Boo! Boo! Lame. Okay, he's got 7 cards to my 5, 6, soon to be 7. Ooh, Flesh Eating Ghoul. I wish I could do it and the Dwarf. Sadly, not is not to be. Okay, I'm not going to draw any cards yet. I also don't want to pass up the chance to deal 5 damage just to kill this Novice Engineer. So this Wisp, but then I can't play the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. Oh, bummer. Well, if I play the Flesh-Eating Ghoul and I don't trade anything, then what's the point of playing the Flesh-Eating Ghoul? If I play the Dark Iron Dwarf, I can trade. Then I might as well draw a card or drop a creature. I guess I might as well drop a creature then. So we'll drop this Taunter here. What you want? We'll trade the Wisp in for the Engineer, and we'll swing 5. I could have tried to get greedy and, like, wait for this Grunt to try to kill the Engineer, but he's got a lot of cards. If he has any sort of buffs, I don't really want him to be able to get extra value out of that Engineer. So he's got 7 cards to my 5, soon to be 6. I've never life tapped, as you can see from my life total. I've got a decent board, actually, and we're 2 turns away from Mind Control. And the nice thing is that Mind Control will never be good for him. I mean, the most he could ever Mind Control, I think, is like a Wind Fury Harpy that I was forced to draft. Holy Nova's terrible here. Shadow Words could be single removal. He's got the card advantage on me, so single removal, single target removal isn't actually that bad to do. But he's got the Shadow Word Death for my Tiger. That's sad. Because he's still ahead on cards. When you're ahead on cards, using single target removal is fine, trading card for card. But I'm a Warlock, and I can start life tapping a lot here. I mean, I can play, next turn, I can play both my things and life tap, so I'll be life tapping first, and then playing out my stuff. I'm playing a Mana Wraith, interesting. With Power Word Shield. Well, that's very odd. I mean, I can obviously just kill this with my Dark Iron Dwarf. Now, what's interesting is that if I do kill it with Dark Iron Dwarf, then they're both vulnerable to Holy Nova, which I'm not a big fan of. So I could play the Flesh-Eating Ghoul and then Shadow Bolt, or I could Shadow Bolt first and Ghoul. If I Shadow Bolt first and then Ghoul, I have 1 mana left over, which is useless, so I'll just eat this extra mana cost, use the Shadow Bolt, and get 6 damage through. Okay, so he's got 6 cards to 4, soon to be 5. I still have never life tapped. Obviously, okay, next turn, for realsies, I'm probably going to end up life tapping unless I get like a Wind Fury Harpy or something wacky. Even then, I'd probably life tap. Holy Nova still sucks. Shadow Madness is a card that previously would not have been good, but now would be very good. It would let him yoink my Ghoul and then kill my Grunt. I guess then the Ghoul would live. It would even grow a bit, so maybe Shadow Madness wouldn't be that great. It wouldn't be like the bomb. Wouldn't be the Bomb Dickens. No, sorry, I said that wrong. Not the Bomb Dickens, the Ball Dickens. There we go. It wouldn't be the Ball Dickens. If you're wondering what exactly is the Ball Dickens, well, if you're looking at all the Dickenses, the ball is definitely the best one. So that's what I mean when I'm talking about the ball dickens. Okay, he's going to silence my flesh-eating ghoul. It's sad, obviously. At the moment, obviously, just loses a point of damage, but it could have been a whole lot more. What else does he have here for 3 mana? Might be very important. So I can hit him for 8 damage, not a 9, which is a little bit scary for him. This is starting to get to the point where like a Power Overwhelming or a Soulfire would start to really threaten to burn him out. Raptor, okay. It's fine. Okay, I think we're almost certainly going to be life tapping first. And yes, 2, 4, 7. I still have 1 mana left over. Hope for a 1-drop maybe? Young Priestess, okay. Well, what do I want to Shattered Sun Clarificate? Buffing this would let me trade up against the Spellbreaker. Buffing the Ghoul would let me kill the Raptor and live to tell about it. And the Spellbreaker would... I could just let the Spellbreaker run into the Grunt. Another option is to actually Shattered Sun Cleric this to make it not die to Holy Nova and just leave it there. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go balls to the walls here. Just play everything out. So, 2 of my creatures die to Holy Nova. This taunt survives though. And yeah. Holy Nova would be very good for him, but he'd still have to run one of his creatures into this taunt, and then he could kill off... Well, my Dwarf he can't kill anymore, not without help. He could then kill off my Shattered Sun Cleric. That would leave me with 6 damage. He's got 8 health. He heals up. Power Overwhelming or Soulfire wins the game with life tapping every turn, drawing 2 cards per turn. I have a pretty reasonable chance of getting that. Do I have any charge creatures here? That's kind of the thing that was missing. I'd love like an Argent Commander or something. But no, I have no charge creatures here that I can think of. Like an Arcane Golem would have been good, but no, I don't have anything like that. So if he manages to actually clear my board, which is very possible with spell damage plus Holy Nova, then I pretty much just lose the game. I mean, think about it. Spell damage, Holy Nova. This goes down to 2 health. Trade the Raptor in. He's got 3 cards left on a Spellbreaker Edge. I'm just going to lose the game. I don't have enough in this deck that could like burn him out just flat. Like a jump without a running start. I don't have enough to do that. Well, if he doesn't have a Holy Nova, though, like if he's like me when I play Priest and doesn't see any Holy Novas in his draft, I think he's basically just boned. I don't even know what he could do, really. Ah, he has a Holy Nova, okay. Well, it's a good thing I buffed this thing. Notice now it's still holding the fort, so it's making it harder for him to kill off my other creatures. Well, this is very scary. You can kill off 2 of my creatures, leaving me with 5 damage on the field. Does he have anything else besides a heal? No, he does not. Okay, so it's actually alright here. I mean, I think I'm in decent shape. He's got 4 cards to my 3. Seven Soul is really not what I want to see at all. Voodoo Doctor, that's also not what I want to see. Well, we'll play it. We'll heal up my harder hitting creature. Seven Soul is actually a really horrifically bad top deck. I would have wanted some kind of a creature. Now it's actually 5 cards you could very easily clear my board, and then I'm in trouble. Because he's got such big card advantage against me that if he does clear my board here, then it's going to be impossible. It's going to get to that point where I can't ever get a creature to stick. So he just heals every turn and clears my creatures, and I lose the game. What I want him to do is play like a Sunwalker. That would be the perfect thing, like a Sunwalker. Or even some kind of like a legendary or something. Ah, damn it. Please don't have any more removal. Thank you! Oh my gosh, well, that was quite the request here. So I cannot play Siphon Soul and Azure Drake, but I can life tap and Siphon Soul, so I will do that just in case I get something good. Alright, well, Blood Imp qualifies as something good. My stuff, rather tragically, still dies to Holy Nova, but I think it's maybe worth it. Actually, it really doesn't do anything. It still dies to Holy Nova. Okay, another Holy Nova, and he's probably going to win the game. My only out if he Holy Nova's here... Oh no, because the Holy Nova would heal him, then he heals up to 7. Yeah, I just don't have any outs once he's at 7 health. My only out is like Holy Nova, and he has no creatures, and this Azure Drake actually drops to the ground and lives. That's pretty much all I could do if he has a Holy Nova right here. Well, he's sitting there, so maybe he doesn't have a Holy Nova. You'd think he'd play it if he had it. Shadow Madness. Ah, that's really good. So he gets to kill 2 of my creatures. Not the Blood Imp, though. I will be attacking with this. And what that means is that if he doesn't have a healing card here, he's at 5 health. I've got 3 chances to get my Soulfire or my Power Overwhelming, both of which would win me the game, barring taunts. If he plays a taunt, I need to get Soulfire, because I draw my card for the turn, I draw a card from the Azure Drake, and I draw a card from the Life Tap, so I've got 3 out of 13 chance of getting Soulfire or a... There we go. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. Boy, this card is turning out to be very important for the aggro deck. I mean, I don't think I've ever used it to actually trade creatures. I've only used it as a 1 mana deal 4 damage, but 4 damage for 1 mana is pretty good. What's interesting about that game is we actually like played card for card most of the way through, despite him thought stealing and despite me having a deck full of terrible cards. So that's kind of nifty that I can do that. Okay, let me just pause one more time. Look at this. Okay, let's just do a quick count. You and I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 cards. A third of the deck are 1 mana or less. And then if you count up to 2, we have 11, 12, 13. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Literally over half the deck. What's going on? That was the weirdest bug I've ever seen. Man, Hearthstone does not like it when you press that cancel button. Okay. There we go. So like over half my deck is has a mana cost of 2 or less. And there's also a Power Overwhelming and a Soulfire in there. So the fact that, so just to want to express why I'm so baffled, like for not just one game, which is fine, you're going to have statistical outliers, that happens, but like for pretty much all the games in this arena, I've been having hands full of like 3, 4, 5 drops and playing like a normal game into the mid game. It's very improbable. Rafgar the Priest, oh, is this the same priest? It seems like a familiar name, but I think it's a different priest. Okay, Power Overwhelming is more of a finishing card. I don't really expect to use it early, so we'll just send it back. Yeah, we're going to be playing the Worgen Infiltrator, obviously, on turn 1, hoping my opponent has a slow start. Okay, Flame Imp is actually very important here. Very, very important. Not just because it's got bigger stats, but because if he plays North Strike Cleric, I want to be able to kill it off. And then next turn, if I top deck another 1-drop, I can play the Worgen and it. Otherwise, I'll play a Succubus.
Wanna blow something up?
Oh my god. Whew. Oh, I was about to be so pissed. Okay. Well, shoot. I am going to... let me think about this, actually. I'm going to actually ignore that. It's a bit risky to ignore it, but I'm going to ignore it. He can't buff this like a Shattered... He's already used his coin. I think this is one of those times where it is acceptable to do the thing if you're sure your opponent will do the trade, to just swing for 3, because 3 damage can make all the difference here. I just don't see how... Yeah, so he's going to trade in. I think I made the right call there. Okay. Shattered Sun Cleric, it's interesting. I'd actually use the Worgen Infiltrator to kill the Loot Hoarder and live to tell about it. I think that's actually better than the Succubus. We're going to cleanse the shit out of that Sunwell. Am I going to use the Blood Imp to attack with? Basically, if I'm very confident that I can protect it, I will. What 3-drop could he play that I couldn't use this Worgen to trade for? He could Holy Smite it, but that's fine. I'm gonna actually do this. I mean, if he wants to Holy Smite or Shadow Word Pain on this, that's fine by me. This guy's more important because he hits harder. So one of the tricky things about playing Warlock, I think the number 1 hard thing about playing Warlock is remembering to life tap at the beginning of your turn. The number 2 scary thing is knowing when to attack with your Blood Imp. So he traded his Wolf Rider for the Blood Imp. I think that's actually just totally 100% fine. I couldn't even care less. I can play the Loot Hoarder and the Succubus, which puts more on the board, but I'd actually rather do this. The reason for that is that if he plays some stuff now, I can actually use the Silvermoon Guardian to like damage it and kill it. Maybe. I mean, a 4-drop, it's not that likely that the Silvermoon Guardian can kill it, but I can maybe kill it, and then I can still keep swinging for 6 damage here. With these, I could have traded 1 in for a possible drop, but I would lose creature power. Okay, this is actually a really great example. So does he have power? Oh, he has Power Word Shield because he's a bitch. All right. Yeah, you play that Power Word Shield. You play it because you think you're so smart playing those Power Word Shields. Okay. I could kill this now, or I could swing for 9 damage. Yeah, we're going to swing for 9 damage. And the reason we're going to swing for 9 damage is because I've got this overpowered Frostwolf Grunt here. So a Holy Nova would be very good for my opponent. There's no question about that. It would kill 2 of my creatures, pop Divine Shield, draw me a card, granted, but then this 3/5 could kill another one of my creatures, leaving me with just a 3/3. Yeah, if he has a Holy Nova, he wins. Whatever. It's fine. I'm just not really going to worry about it when I'm playing it. Oh, God. If that's the... Jesus! He top-decked it! The number of times I've had someone top-deck a Holy Nova against me, I feel like is exceptionally above average. Oh, my God. Well, I played into it, which was, my choice, but I still think it's annoying that he top-decked it. I mean, he could have just drawn it and had it the whole time, but no. He had to get it right off the top. Okay, so I've got 6 cards in my priest hand. This is pass 2. I need him now not to have removal for the questing adventure. Well, yep, that's fine. I don't like this Holy Smite. That sucks. But at least I should be able to get this up to be a. Oh my God, really? Power Overwhelming is the card I get. Oh my God, of all the cards. Well, I have to life tap here, I think. Yeah, I just have to do it. Okay. So we're gonna play the Flesh Shooting Ghoul. And we're gonna play Succubus. Get rid of the Power Overwhelming, which is a little bit sad. But I'm just gonna go ahead and smack into that thing. Oh man, he top decked a Holy Nova. I'm still in this game, but basically, it's just 100%. He has to have no disruption whatsoever for me to have a chance.
Let me change your
You are fucking kidding me! Oh my God, Jesus Christ, that is a load of bullshit. That's a load of bullshit right there, straight off the top. Let's life tap. Oh, Wind Fury Harpy. That's nice. That's just gonna die. It's great. It's great. Ah, man. Okay. Okay. So if I swing him with the Succubus for 4, he goes down to 8 health. I play the Wind Fury Harpy. He can just kill the Succubus. This grows to be a 5/3, and it kills my Wind Fury Harpy. So really, I think the only chance I have is to do this trade. I then have to hope that he has no way of either mind controlling this Wind Fury Harpy or buffing the Cabal Shadow Priest to kill the Wind Fury Harpy. And then I need to hope that the Wind Fury Harpy can attack for 2 turns. Alright, well, I'm not even going to cry bullshit, because whatever. There's a number of ways that the Priest could have had disruption. Oh my God. Top deck to Holy Nova. And that was it. Yeah, there's no way that with a jumping start it can deal 12 damage. It's just not going to happen. Cabal Shadow Priest for the unbuffed Flesh Eating Ghoul. That was definitely the fuck icing on the shit cake. Ugh. God damn it. That game. I don't think I overextended either, because I had, what I basically added onto the board was a Loot Hoarder, so that just drew me a card. So I wasn't, like, overextending. The Holy Nova was already good. I mean, what I could have done differently, potentially, is I could have never attacked with the Blood Imp. Then the Wolf Rider would have had to hit one of the other creatures I had. Probably the Shattered Sun Cleric, I think, was on the field. I would have kept the 3/1, which would have died to the Holy Nova later. And it was and then the Blood Imp would have also died. I don't think that would have actually saved me, because the Shattered Sun Cleric was the only creature that lived, so if the Wolf Rider had hit it, I would have just been screwed. Golden Pants, get another Priest. Okay, well, we'll send back the Tiger. That's an easy decision. Let's see what I do about this Wisp. Okay. Oh my God, that game pissed me off. Alright, well, anyway, it's aggro. I mean, it's par for the course when you play with decks like this. You know, how come whenever, actually both Priest games, I just needed him on 1 turn, not even the whole game, just 1 turn to not have a Holy Nova. And he had a Holy Nova. Well, he's not getting anything good here. This is probably the best he could get, because it would trade off against the Flame of... Are you serious? Did he fucking get that? Did he fucking get this? He fucking got it! Oh my God, I hate this game. Jesus Christ. Well, gonna fight the motherfucking fight here. We're YOLOing this game to oblivion. If he has a Holy Nova, he can go suck a dog. We're just gonna go balls to the walls here. I can't believe of all the cards, he had a 1 in 3 chance and he stole that one. Oh, it even gets to live. Oh no, he doesn't get to live because it trades. Okay. Whew. He probably should have killed the Leper Gnome, since that was a 2/3. That was probably a mistake. Another 1-drop, please? Nope, not a chance. Okay. Alright, well, we're doing it, folks. This is the place to watch it get done. 1-drops, 1 toughness creatures aplenty. Oh, Dokali. Let's just do this. I'm ignoring all my opponent's stuff, even though he's a priest and can heal every turn. But hopefully he can't heal because I'm dealing too much damage to him and he has to play other stuff. Is that a Shadow Word Pain? Oh, Shadow Madness. That's awkward. Well, it's pretty good use of Shadow Madness, I'd say. You cannot kill my creature, of course. That would be silly. Okay. Well, here I think it behooves me to play this questing adventure. And I guess just the biggest creature that I have. Yep, that's what I have to do. Got no choice. So Holy Nova actually doesn't really work. It only kills the Fairy Dragon. A Taunter doesn't work because I have Siphon Soul. This is the one answer I have to taunt, and I've drawn it in a lot of games. Lost Raider is pretty much completely irrelevant unless he follows it up with like a Sun Fury Protector. Nope, okay. Very well, sir. Shadow Bolt. That seems like a good thing to do. Let's do this. That was mainly just to grow the questing adventure. Remember, folks, kill for lust. Okay, I'm not gonna say, well, I'll say thank you, but the game's not over just yet. I've got pretty good odds of winning. Is this a Sun Fury Protector here? Nope. Okay, well, it's over. So we got to aggro away into this one. Well, I guess I mean, I guess this is how it's supposed to work, right? I had a lot of aggro cards for a change. He Mind Visioned the best possible card, but you know he made a slight misstep there. He had a 2/3 Organ Infiltrator. I had a Wisp, a Leper Gnome, and a Flame Imp. He chose to attack the Flame Imp, which killed the Worgen Infiltrator off, but I think he should have killed the Leper Gnome. That would have left the Worgen Infiltrator as a 2/1, and then it would have, I mean, it would have either had to eat a removal spell or kill one of my creatures. It was the only fate that it could have had awaiting it. So I did beat him by a pretty big margin at the end, so like losing that Wisp earlier wouldn't have made that different. But, yeah, he might have had a better chance there. This is a pretty nice name. Hugon Stomp Me. This is definitely a troll name. I think he's just... It's the kind of name people give themselves when they want to make their opponent feel bad for losing. Okay, there we go. This is what I'm talking about, baby. This is what I'm talking about. If you're wondering what I was talking about, it was this. Please pass the turn. Thank you. Okay. So, Flame Imp. And I'm going to coin out... What is the... Tell me what you think. What is the right card to coin out here, actually? I'm not 100% sure. I mean, they're both 2/1s. I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Well, we'll do this guy. He feels icky. So my opponent, being a paladin, can of course make a recruit. Or that's even better, actually, so it kills my Flame Imp. That's fine. Okay, we'll save the 1-drop here. Both because I want to use up all my mana, of course, but also because I'd like to have this later on to buff Questing Adventure with. I drew my 1 Shadow Bolt here, so I hope he plays a real 3-drop. Because then I could Shadow Bolt it. This is a bit annoying, definitely. It decreases my damage by 2, and that's per turn, which is really bad. But I think it's okay. I think I'm fine. He could Consecrate here to kill 2 creatures if he wants to do that. He's welcome to it. That's fine. Next turn will probably be a turn for Questing Adventure and Worgen Infiltrator. Ah, that's a good card here. Ah, he got the Leper Gnome. Fuck. Shit, I can't really deal with this. I really needed it to whiff. He is... Fuck. He is holding on way too well. I could heal this and then kill the 1/1, I guess. Is that even worth it? This doesn't work. This doesn't really work either. No matter what I throw away isn't good. If I play all my 1-drops, everything just dies to Consecration. I can play all my 1-drops, Succubus, throw out the Questing Adventure, but this Mad Bomber is just really good here. What's the best... What is the... Maximizing my chances here. This also dies to the Mad Bomber, so it's not even good to put down. I guess what I'm going to do is...
Give me a quest.
Try to use this Mad Bomber or the Questing Adventure sort of tactically. So now he has to use this Mad Bomber to kill the Questing Adventurer, which means or else it goes out of hand, or else, you know, if he kills one of my other creatures, it goes out of hand. Now if he has removal, uh-oh, that's bad. Oh, it's not really good at all. Shit. Well, fuck. Young Priestess. I can't even kill this thing right now, which is the awkward part. I guess I'll play the Loot Hoarder. This game is a disaster. Okay, this game just got off to a really bad start from the get-go. I had a lot of 1-drops. He just... You know, that's what I'm talking about the whole time. Your opponent only needs a little bit of disruption to beat you if you're going aggro. And my opponent had a little bit of disruption. Now my hand's full of utter shit. He's got plenty of health, and it's just pretty much over. That's great. Okay, Siphon Soul is useless. My stuff all dies anyway, so I might as well just cash in my Loot Hoarder. Sure, Drake, that's a nice card. Sure, play it. Oh, yeah, give me that Goldshire Footman love, baby. Okay. So, he's got 7 cards. It's my 6. So, card-wise, we're fine. It's just my cards are utter garbage. I can kill one good card that he might play. I already can do Consecration to kill off my Azure Drake. That also works. Oh, why don't you play a Flesh-Eating Ghoul after Consecration? Alright, that's fine. I'll take it. I'm not going to complain about that. It's not quite good enough to Siphon Soul. Oh, this is fine. Yep, we'll do this. Actually, let's do this. And, oh man. Throwing away this Siphon Soul would be real bad. I have to go for it, though. You gotta take risks when you're behind. No, no. I have kept a Goldshire Footman. Okay.
I am sorry.
Yeah. Oh man, is he gonna play like a Sunwalker now? No! Joe! Come on! That was like my last hope for winning this game. Blessing of Kings. Are you fucking kidding me? God damn it. Well, at least that's good for something. Flesh and Gold. This is why you always draw cards first, kids. Always draw cards first. So my own Flesh-Eating Ghoul gets a head start. He's got 5 cards to 2. These are not even that impressive. He's not even low on life. Oh, who gonna? It's not who. Oh my god! I realize now I misread it. It's not who's gonna stomp me. It's who's gonna stop me. Okay, so it's like a bragging name, not a trolling name. My apologies, folks, for that horrible misreading. Oh man, this game was stupid. I'm gonna have yet another arena run go to 6 wins, it looks like. I can deal 5 damage a turn. It is not anywhere close to what I need. Wind Fury Harpy, man. Maybe like an undisturbed Wind Fury Harpy. That could do it. Would you stop playing shit? Come on. Boo! Boo! To that secret. Oh, man. That sucks. Okay, wait. Draw cards first. Blood Imp. That's actually really important. This guy now survives against the Noble Sacrifice. Just in case it isn't. Oh, it's actually not Noble Sacrifice. Uh-oh. It's Redemption. Okay. Okay, you do that. You do that, buddy. You do that. Well, we'll play this because I have no other choice, really. Swing for 5. Okay, so in theory, if these cards are non-disruptive, my Flesh-Eating Ghoul is going to survive. And it's motherfucking disruptive. God damn it. I cannot catch a single break. Not a single one. Oh, and of course you have a True Silver Champion to kill my last creature, because of course you do. Man, I should have drafted that Hellfire. That Hellfire would have been a pretty nice out to have. Now, anything I play is just going to die. Even a Wind Fury Harpy dies. I have 0 outs. He's got way too much health for me to kill him. I think I might as well just concede. God damn it. Oh, what a Tiger. That's something. Okay, Tiger win Wisp. Does he have enough damage to kill me? 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Okay, 10 health. I don't think I can actually win. I've already used Power Overwhelming. Soulfire's not enough. He's giving me a well played. Yeah. God, wow, how many 6-win arenas have I had recently? I mean, I know I consider this a good arena, but I'm more concerned about money at this point than, you know, success. Who's gonna stop him? Not me. That is for goddamn sure. Oh, man. He just had the answer every step of the way. Maybe I could have won. It's possible. It's possible I could have played differently there. But could I get a good 6-win payout? I swear to God, I've seen like lots of 6-win arenas go above 100. This is 75. That's like the 3rd one in a row. That gives me like the 2nd lowest possible payout by 5 gold. Yeah. Another legendary. Nat Pagel. Wow, it's a good one. I'm seeing a lot of legendaries recently. At least that's good. Okay. No, I don't want a new deck. Sorry. Yeah, let's go ahead. So the rare and the common were duplicates, but old Natty Pagel here is new. Let's see who's here. I've seen a lot of these. Do they up the drop rate for legendaries, maybe? I don't think so. There was no patch to the game. Thing is, like, in my first 100 arenas, I saw like 6 legendaries, and I've seen like 4 in like the 25 since then, so it's been amazingly good luck. Let's do a quick check. I know I did this in a recent arena, but yeah, I've got a lot now. I have 4, 5, 6, 7. Deathwing is 8, and 2 class-specific ones. I'm up to 10, so I have 23 left. And I can craft, what is this? 1600, so 32 is 264. The next one is at 8,000. Okay, so I can craft 4 and I'm 900 away from my 5th. So I've got, let's say, 14 legendaries. There are 33 I need. Well, 19 more. It's kind of a ways to go, actually, but still much, much closer now, having found old Nat. He is, at the moment, improperly coded. Blizzard has admitted that he only has a 25% chance, actually, to draw cards, because someone seemingly coded him incorrectly. But, yeah, when he's fixed, this is a pretty solid card for some control decks. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Get another run. I hope you enjoyed me going outside my comfort zone, drafting that aggro deck. It's something I would do again, I suppose. And if I were to play Warlock, it's how I would try to play, because it's pretty fun in a certain kind of weird way, and it's also different and, you know, relatively effective. It's, at any rate, not any less effective than the other way that I've been playing. The sneak peek of our next arena will produce Priest Rogue Warrior. All right, folks, thanks for watching. Like and or subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.